So with these really thick-skinned finishes, you really got to be careful not to chip anything. You can see already that even just from adjusting the truss rod, there's a bit of a kind of a bubble around that access hole. It doesn't take much to chip it. That wasn't me, by the way. That's how it came. Let's see how we make out with this. So this multi-purpose sander is accepted into the chuck of any drill press 10 inches or larger. Now what I mean by that is the distance from the column to the center of the chuck needs to be 5 inches or more. So a 10 inch, 12 inch, 15 inch drill press, they'll all work. I raise the table, I grab that with the chuck. There's load reduction bearings on the underside of that so we don't put any stress on the chuck. And it's operated by a foot switch. So I'm using that radius gauge again to trace the foot of the nut that goes into the slot. We're ready to sand again. Okay, let's check that against the guitar. So this is our final fit, and that is 100% contact across the slot and across the overhang. Now this is one part of the Fender compensated nut that's actually easier than the Gibson because the strings don't spread from side to side. They go straight from the nut right to the post. Yeah, so those stacked feeler gauges are the fail-safe. We couldn't file too deep even if we tried. So I'm looking at the centers at this point. No compensation yet. I've got the original nut here that I'm using to verify those string centers, and yeah. All the values have been cut. The open string and first fret notes are all in tune. Bridge has been radiused and intonated. And this is the final product. So all of the edges have been kind of softened, and I've done all this cosmetic stuff. This is the completed job. On Mike Strat 10 to 46 strings, E-flat tuning. Let's go have a listen. Before I start doing single line stuff and flicking pickups around, I'll just play some chords. One of the things that really spells out how accurate the intonation is when you play a ninth. So I've got a ninth on top, these two notes. So the first harmonic layer is this. I've got a 10th on the bottom, or an octave third, and then the ninth on top. So on top of that I've got something to that effect. And then I've got a 10th with the descending bass line as the third harmonic progression. Here's what they all sound like together. I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering, like, what was that all about? Sounded like the soundtrack to a Hobbit's wedding or something. I thought I better do something for the Strat Stranglers. So I've looped this sort of 12/8 sort of B minor blues. I'll let that play and flick these pickups around to let you really hear this guitar. I'm just going to kind of make my way across. I'll start with the first position and kind of work through all 5. Okay, so this is the wrap up on this one. We've got 10 to 46 strings tuned to E flat, and I wicked medium strength Loctite, blue Loctite, onto those threads for the horizontal and for the vertical adjustment. So nothing's going to budge. If you need to move it, you can. So this will stay where it is. All 5 springs have full K value. They're torqued right down, and that plate is pulled tight against the top. So he can do all those telly licks. And nothing's going to budge. Now the next 3 Strats that are coming up, they're all different. They'll all be a different setup, and all of those compensated nuts will be slightly different than this. Different string gauge, different tuning. And the one Strat coming up is set up for dive only. The other one is going to float, and one of them I think is 11 to 49 string. So stay tuned. Lots more to come.